Good news! We're going on an African bone hunt.
That means thousands of miles of blistering sun and sand.
Did I say good news?
1, 2, 3, 4. Grandpa studied dino bones. Sam and Allie loved just what he did. Oh, they really dug his work. Hunting on the internet for all the dino stories they could get. Oh, they really dug their work. Allie and Sam thought of a plan. Got a show on the cable station about dinosaur digs. What scientists think they're piecing it together. Bonehead, detectives of the paleo world. Bonehead, detectives of the paleo world.
Finally.
Sorry, Allie.
You do remember we're doing a show here?
Yes, I know. Hey, everyone.
Where were you, Sam?
Sorry, I had to run by my friend Zach's house to pick up this shovel. It took me so long to find it because his garage is such a mess. But now I'm here and ready to dig.
Sam, we're not actually going on the dig. We're just watching here from the studio.
I know that. I'm using it as a visual aid.
Alrighty then, let's get digging. Today we're going to follow famous paleontologist Paul Sereno and his crew on a fossil hunt in the Sahara Desert.
I can dig it, as my dad would say. But what I'm really stoked about is that we get to follow this case from beginning to end.
That's right, we'll see how real bonehead detectives crack a case. And we'll answer the key question. What goes into a successful dig?
Well, you need a good shovel.
Right, but what about a good team that sticks together? Looking for bones in the world's biggest sandbox can be incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, but not as frustrating as trying to find this shovel in Zach's garage. You know, if I hadn't tripped over his dad's saxophone case, I would never have found this thing.
Well, that's exactly like bone hunting, Sam.
What, tripping over somebody's saxophone case?
No, some of the most amazing scientific discoveries depend on dumb luck. You'll see. Not so fast, late boy. She who was on time shall press play.
Oh, right, the beach.
Not quite, Sam. This is the Sahara Desert in northern Africa. It's the biggest desert in the world.
The Sahara is 3 million square miles of the harshest sandscape on Earth. Plus, not a lot of fossils have been found here, so most boneheads stay away.
Because the African continent is still so unexplored, its mysteries have been irresistible to boneheads throughout history.
In 1914, German paleontologists found evidence of a creature they called Spinosaurus. Unfortunately, these fossils were destroyed in a bombing raid in World War II.
A few years later, French bonehead René Lavocat hopped aboard a camel and hoofed it through the sands of Morocco, where he found further evidence of dinosaurs in Africa.
Then, in 1990, American paleo detective Paul Sereno came to the Sahara and made a huge discovery. So huge, it made headlines.
He found an entirely new kind of dinosaur. He named it Afrovenator, meaning African hunter.
Here's a picture of it chopping Paul's head in two.
And now that old rebel Paul is returning to the desert.
I've always been a rebel without a cause as a kid. I found a cause now. That cause is unearthing really whole new chapters of dinosaur life in Africa.
So Paul put together his team in Chicago for the biggest bone hunting expedition ever to go to Africa. They flew to England, where he got these cool Land Rovers. Then they drove through France and Spain.
It's not exactly a short drive to Africa.
And it was going to be an even longer stay, about 2 months. So Paul had to make sure he had the right people for the job. Not only did they need experience, but they had to be able to work well together.
And they had to know how to party together, too.
To a reasonably complete sauropod with a skull.
But not too heavy, with no ribs.
We have Gabriel Lion, or Gabe.
They call me Myosaurus, which means good mother, and so if I need to discipline them, it's not a problem.
Then we have Hans Larsen, variously known as, what?
Solo.
Solo, who is a paleontologist. He also is handling the vehicles and lots of other things, and is very interested in helping describe and find the dinosaur. Didier Dutai, French paleontologist, generally goes by the title of ambassador because he manages all complicated affairs. Jeff Wilson, who is our sauropod, the big dinosaur expert, who would love probably more than anyone else for us to find one of these huge, huge beasts.
Did we already toast to that? Let's toast it. Why not? Sauropods. Isn't that a good...
Now that's what I call a serious paleo party.
Well, they better live it up, because once they get to the desert, there won't be any of life's luxuries.
Yeah, and there might not even be any fossils.
You're right. I mean, even though they think the bones are there, there's no guarantee. And even if they are there, finding them won't be easy.
Yeah, but Paul has a hunch they will, and he's willing to bet his paleo reputation on it.
I hope he's right.
We're back on the road to Morocco and full of hope.
It took 11 more days for Sereno's team to finally cross into Africa. Their first stop is the Moroccan port city of Tangiers.
Well, I guess there's no turning back now.